everybody. Kind of rainy here at Wade's Orchids. It's April, and I guess that's April showers, so a little bit dreary here, but we have some really nice orchids to show you. First one here is BC Maikai variety Louise, which got an AM AOS. This is a fairly old hybrid. It's a primary hybrid between Brassavola and nodosa and Cattlya beringiana. Beringiana puts out a nice cluster of purple flowers, and Brassavola nodosa is a very, very popular species which puts out green flowers with a nice large white lip. Strangely enough, although you don't see it in nodosa, the spots that you see in both of these are from nodosa. It's one of the traits that happens with breeding, and it's a wonderful thing when it brings it out. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer for you here to get a good look at the flowers. See if I can get this in right for you. Okay. One of the things about this particular variety of Maikai is that a lot of them fade out to a white petals, and this one stays fairly dark. We got the heat coming on, but that's what happens sometimes. So anyway, this holds a particular place in orchid history. This was registered in 1944 by a gentleman in Hawaii. What happened is in 1944 there was just a couple of imports, and what happened with this is that the popularity with this was so much that by the end of the war Hawaii had another import, and orchids coming from Hawaii became very, very popular, largely because of this hybrid. So it's a particular nice thing to have, and it's nice to be able to have an orchid and be able to place it historically. Okay? The next one here, this is Potinara Hoku Gem. It has got Brassavola nodosa as a grandparent, but it still comes through very, very strongly, as I'm sure you can see. One thing that you can see, I mentioned about how this one can have flowers that fade to white. This doesn't fade to white, but it goes to a nice dark butter yellow after it opens. It opens up, here's the newest flower, and it opens up almost red. And shortly after that, it goes to this one, which is an orangish color, and you can see the spots coming through more. And then this is the oldest flower that's on the plant here, and you can really see the spots. This is variety Freckles, which has an AM AOS. Really, really nice plant. And it will keep fading to a really nice bright yellow color. Flowers last quite a while. As I said, it has nodosa as a grandparent. The immediate parents of this are Tangerine Jewel, crossed with BL Richard Mueller. Richard Mueller is where the nodosa comes in as one parent, and Laelia Milleri as the other. Milleri is a Laelia that sends up a nice thing of reddish orange flowers, and that's where it gets the red from on that side. The other side, Tangerine Jewel, is a cross of SLC Little Bean Cheek with Sophronized coccinea. Sophronized coccinea is the other species I want to talk about in this. Sophronized coccinea is a very small growing orchid. It is a cool growing orchid. unlike most of the others here that we're talking about. It is the brightest orange that you can find any place. And the flowers for the size of the plant are very large. It's been used extensively in breeding. On the other side of it, Tangerine Jewel has got sophronized coccinia in it. I would say at least 3/4 coccinia. And this is combined with the orangish yellow Richard Mueller to bring this. This is just a really nice plant. Everything that I have talked about here has been used in breeding quite a bit, extensively for Tangerine Jewel. Also, this plant here has been used to make probably 10 or 12 crosses that have come out very, very nicely. And there's going to be more to come because it's still used quite a bit in breeding, as is BC Maikai. I see Maikai listed for crosses coming up right now, as is this. They produce very nice progeny. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the way to grow these. They are pretty much a standard Cattlya type culture. One thing to bear in mind is, you see, these are both in clay pots. Okay, the reason for that is because they do like a very free draining potting mix, and the clay pots help with that. Watering is about twice a week with these. Plus, they get, I call it spritzed and misted almost daily. Light for these is about 2,500 foot candles, or enough to see fairly good shadow when you hold your hand about 12 inches above a white piece of paper. Okay, that's the way to measure good quality Cattlya light. You can tell from the leaves on this it has gotten a little more light than what it should have in late February. I had very, very bright sun, and I came close to burning some of these plants, but fortunately I had enough humidity and air movement to keep that from happening. So that's it for these two. If you have any questions about them, they are both very nice things if you can get a hold of them. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, subscribe. This is Wade. We'll see you.